Hey, Dr. Deb, can you get clarity from failure? Well, I'll answer you this way. What if failure wasn't failure? Huh? See, here, we're going to do magic. We're going to get clarity from failure, and I want you to learn why that's a good thing. From Dr. Deb, that's me. Hey there, I'm Dr. Deb. Welcome to episode 8 in our playlist. We have the secret to fixing crappy marriages. Today we're going to talk first about clarity. Clarity is something that a lot of people say they don't have, right? They're confused, they don't know which way to go. And what they do is they often come to me, because I'm the therapist, for answers. Well, I don't feel good about that. I'm not a guru. What I really believe is that you have answers within you. You have already got the clarity that you need to make decisions. So what if you say, no, I don't? Okay, here's how that works. Your anxieties, your worries, your lack of self-confidence, all the things we have already talked about in other videos have become so powerful that they obscure the clarity within you. And in order for you to make room for that clarity within you to shine, you have to take some steps. So here are some suggestions of what you can do to make your clarity shine. First of all, you ask your parts of you that are nervous or lacking confidence or whatever to step aside. You can take a blank piece of paper and write a list of all the times and things you've done that showed clarity, all the times you had problems that you worked through because you had ideas of which way to go. You can take some silence and meditate right now on what your current issues are and get that clarity just from pushing aside those anxieties. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply, have those cute little anxious parts of you sit down in little chairs, because they're kids. You know how those little kindergarten chairs look? Just imagine all your anxieties sitting in those and ask yourself, without all those bothering you, what should I do? I guarantee you will come up with answers if you can move away those annoying sweet little parts that are trying to help you so badly but are obscuring things. One of the things that I have found is that people will automatically tell me of all the failures that they've had, and their failures are making them feel like they really can't make good decisions because they're failing too much. Well, I have news for all of you who feel that way. Failure is good. Failure is not failure. Actually, we label it failure because we didn't get to the goal that we wanted to get to. And I get that, but it's not failure. It's basically ticking off one more thing that didn't work right so that you can use your clarity to go in another way to get to your goal, which may not work right too, because the fact is, as I said in the last video about the Wright brothers and about rolling and all these people, the fact is that it is normal for there to be many wrong paths, and it's up to you to find the right path for you. I'm going to give you a perfect example in my own situation. About 8 years ago, my husband, may he rest in peace, decided to push me to go online and create a course for people to take that would help improve their marriage more quickly than traditional therapy. I saw traditional therapy can take tens of years. There's that old Woody Allen thing where he was in therapy for 25 years, and I've met people like that, and I'm like, what is this? That can't be right. That's got to be wrong. A person's got these abilities inside of themselves. Why can't they fix this problem more quickly? So I went online and I came up with a course. It took me a while. I came up with a course that would break down the process of getting into who you are, what triggers you, what's good about you, what have you succeeded in life, how you can affirm yourself, what were the traumas that you had, and all that, so that you would see how to do it right. It was an improvement, let's say, on some of the many courses that are out there that are geared towards teaching people how to do marriage better. And it was an 8-week course, and what I found was very interesting. About half the people got it in the 8 weeks, and the other half most definitely didn't. They were still miserable and unhappy at the end of the 8 weeks. And this is couples and individuals. So I said, yeah, okay, I'll make it 12 weeks. That didn't change anything, and I made it 16 weeks, and that didn't change anything. So from one year to another, I was getting this kind of the same results. And what I learned from this, as I stopped to think about it, I took these people on for longer periods of time, and some were as much as a year and a half. And by golly, when people had been working with me for 2 years, they really got much more, not only insight is all up here, much more heartfelt understanding of themselves and their partner, much less triggering and reactivity, much more awareness of the need for healing, much more healing that actually happened inside them so that they felt a sense of peace and calm. But you could say, truthfully, that even of those people, maybe another quarter of them could have used more time. And so I'll give you an illustration that goes back before I ever went online. I once had a client who knew better because he was in the therapy profession. He was willing to work with me until he reached his goal. And that goal was a happy marriage and no temper, because he had a temper. And he thought his temper was his passion, and it's just part of me. But it upset his wife, obviously, and it pushed away a lot of people. And he recognized that professionally it stood in his way as well. So he was willing to work with me until he reached his goal. It took him 5 years. And that was before I added in all the wonderful stuff which I'm teaching you now about the self and your protectors who hide yourself. The fact is that it can take time depending on the amount of trauma a person has had. So don't look at failure as failure. I didn't fail. It took time to put the pieces together and connect the dots to recognize that the more trauma a person's had in their history, the more their protectors are going to keep them from allowing their self to take over, because their protectors don't feel confident that their self can do the job. And so their protectors were automatically gang up on them and cause them to act the old triggered way. And it takes time to build up that confidence on the part of protectors in self. But it happens. It will happen. It will happen for every single person. And now that we have my program teaches you on a cognitive level while you're experiencing on an emotional level the changes that you need to make internally, and you feel so happy and good about them, and you feel so free and liberated because of them, while all that's happening, you get your clarity. And so again, don't give up. Don't look at failure as failure. Failure is simply ticking off one path that isn't going to work, and you go to another path that will work. Or it may not work, but then you'll try another path, and it takes time. Hey, you know what? Nothing worth building was built overnight, right? And that includes yourself, the meaning of your life, and your marriage. So that is the rule on clarity. Don't look at failure as failure, and the more that you can eliminate one course of action that did not work, the more clarity you will get. So it's kind of like pulling away the cobwebs little by little from your eyes. This is what's going to get you the clarity to go where you want to go in your life and in your marriage. Hey guys, like, comment, subscribe, get notifications, but Please do something for yourself. Watch my webinar where I take a deep dive into what I consider to be the only and best method of healing old trauma and new trauma that's going on in your life today. Find out why it works and how it can help you. And maybe you'll even get a chance to speak to me one-on-one. And if you really want to take advantage of clarity and you want to add to it, you need to count on your own intuition. In our next video, we're going to be talking about intuition, so you don't want to miss that.